Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hi, everybody. How are we all doing? We're good. That song slaps. Yeah, it does. That's YouTuber by the name of, I think it's pronounced Hurakion? Hurakion? Either way, the link is down in the description below. Go check him out. Pretty cool stuff. I think mainly like, that is actually an Attack on Titan soundtrack from, I think, Season 3. He does covers of. It's not like a remix. He's actually, I think, making the whole new OST with that. So anyway, thanks for showing up. Yeah, okay. I'm really getting into the groove with these things, doing the post-chapter discussions. I like these more than the reactions, because I feel like when I do a reaction to the chapter before I review it, I feel like most of the like the jokes and stuff and references I'm gonna make are just in the reaction. Then when I do them again in the review, it just feels weird. So doing a post discussion seems better for my needs, because I like the first thing that I do about a One Piece chapter to be that review where I'm like dressed up and I'm wearing the suit and everything. That's just what I prefer personally. Didn't feature Mulesguard, 0 out of 10 chapter. You know what? There's another character that's missing. Let's start off the proceedings with this. I was actually disappointed that this character did not appear in the last chapter, because it focused heavily on Kuzan. And it was actually... You want to guess? You want to guess which character? I was disappointed did not show up because Kuzan Aokiji was so prominent. Bogard? No. I was upset Bogard did not show up. I was upset I did not see Bogard in the background on the ship, but that's not the character I'm thinking of. The Penguin! Yes! The Penguin! Whose name is Camel. Aokiji, for those of you that don't know, has a penguin traveling companion. Not just a regular penguin, he's a super penguin. That's the name of the species that Oda actually gave the penguin. Super penguin species. And the penguin's name is Camel. And do you know the reason why his name is Camel? Because that alone is another reference that Oda made. So Aokiji, like all the admirals, is based off of a Japanese movie stars from like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Like old movie stars from that era, okay? Because Oda's a really big fan of those kind of movies, like Yakuza movies. Like Akainu is based off a character from a Yakuza movie, okay? So anyway, the actor, and I don't remember all the actors' names, but the actor who Aokiji is based off of smokes Camel cigarettes in the movies. There's like the movie he's based off of, the character in the movie is like smoking a bunch of Camel cigarettes. So that's the reason why his name is Camel. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it, Gary. Oh my OMG, your room is so cool. Well, thank you. I like it. I enjoy it. I moved some stuff around recently. I don't think there's anything noticeable that you can see in the background, but I moved some stuff around in my little corner over here. I was decorating my game room recently, and I'm like, man, I wish I had a stuff to put in a game room. Oh, wait, I do. I have, like, a shitload of, anime artwork and stuff that I just, even with this room, I can't fit it all. So I have 2 rooms. I have 2 nerdy rooms. For those of you curious, the way I decorate my home, my 2 rooms that are super nerdy and dorky that have all the anime stuff, I keep that contained in this room and the game room, okay? Not to say that I wouldn't want to decorate my living room and dining room with a bunch of anime wall scrolls and, like, big cutout cardboard displays of, like, Rangiku Matsumoto or Nico Robin. But for the most part, I keep them to just 2 rooms. Even my bedroom doesn't really have any, like, okay, what's the nerdiest thing I have in my bedroom? I have 2 pop figurines in my bedroom. One is of Trevor Belmont, and the other one is of Saifa Belnades. I have those 2 on my little shelf. I have a painting by Vincent van Gogh, which I don't think is very nerdy. I think that's more of just standard art appreciation. But yeah, I don't really have anything crazy in my room other than that. All right, but anyway, so yes, chapter other than Camel missing, and I went back through the chapter to check to see if he was in the background, but he's nowhere, so I hope Camel's okay. This was actually a flashback, so maybe it's before Aokiji met Camel, but Oda actually said in the SBS that, like, Camel has been traveling with Aokiji since he left the Marines, and this took place a year after, so he should have been there. Where is Camel teching? I mean, where is Camel, Oda? There it is. All right. What am I cooking today? You said something else, but I'm assuming... Oh, yeah, that's from the cover page. Yeah, let's talk about that. So, oh, by the way, I did a... before I continue, I just want to say really quick, I did a live stream with Dax Sake yesterday, where we went over a lot of this stuff as well. So if you want to go check out that stream we did yesterday, it was a lot of fun. It was the first time I was ever on his show. Really cool dude, awesome channel. Go check him out, subscribe to him, all that good stuff. But yeah, so on the cover page this week, we did not get a new cover series, nor did we get like a standard fan art. We got a color spread by Oda, which features all the Straw Hat men sleeping, and there's the only character that's awake is Sanji, and Sanji is reading a cookbook, except instead of saying cook as in COOKING, it is spelled COCKING, which is funny in its own right because then it spells something else. And, but I don't think that was the intent. Well, also is apt because it's Sanji. So I think we're going with a bunch of layers here because Sanji's the one reading the book on... I could see Sanji reading a book on cooking. I could see Sanji reading a book about Conqueror's hockey. And I can also see Sanji reading a book about... COCKING. You know, like, I can also see him reading that. But I'm assuming it was the reference to, because a lot of people are like COC, which is the abbreviation of Conqueror's hockey. So does that mean Sanji's going to get Conqueror's hockey? You know what? Like, it works in French, kind of. Like, yeah, sure. Let's just go with that. Sure, why not? I was hoping it was. It spells rooster teching. He's reading a book about managing chickens. He's trying to get a chicken farm going on the the Sunny, so they can have, you know, chicken and everything like that. Sure. That's the reason. Oh, God. So anyway, yeah, is this like an indication? Like, Oda does tend to hide things in color spreads every now and then, so sure. At this point in the story, considering we're getting into Endgame, you know, any crazy ideas somebody has, I'll just accept all of them. I'm just like, yeah, sure, Sanji get... I don't even think that's that crazy. Like, me and Dax were talking about this, and it's just like, yeah, Sanji getting Conqueror's hockey is not even that weird. Like, if you would have said this, like, after the time skip, if you would have said, like, Fishman Island arc, that Zoro and Sanji are both going to unlock Conquerors, I'd be like, it's inconceivable. But, like, yeah, at this point, no. Maybe spatchcocking a chicken. Yes, so spatchcocking, that is a term. That is, just quit laughing. These are serious culinary terms, damn you. Spatchcocking is when you take, like, you could do it with any type of, like, bird. You could do it with a chicken. I've even heard people actually even spatchcocking a turkey. All right, you could take it. It's when you slice the damn turkey, like you butterfly, like basically you make it so you can lay it flat. All right, so you just take a fucking turkey or a chicken or whatever and just slice it maybe a little bit more delicately than just that. You don't take a machete and do it, but you basically spread the bird out more so it can cook more evenly. That way you could even spatchcock like a turkey, and you could cook a turkey on like a grill, like an outdoor grill if you wanted to. That's the way you would do it. So, yeah, basically cooking things that would normally, like, you get a roaster for a turkey, like, for Thanksgiving, and you put it in the roaster, put it in the oven for a couple of hours with seasonings and stuff. I always use apple juice or apple cider when I cook my turkey for Thanksgiving. Do that. I just shove it full of apples. Don't use stuffing. I shove it full of apples. I get, like, this herb butter mixture base that, you know, cover the turkey in that, and just douse it in, like, apple cider, apple sauce, apple juice, whatever I got on standby. It's really good. Adds a real layer of sweetness to it. But yeah. So, that's Sanji. Yeah. What else? What else here? A roaster for the turkey, or a rooster for the turkey. You can even do that. There's people that turducken. You ever heard of a turducken? So you can have a chicken inside of a duck inside of a turkey. So you could even do that. I mean, the realm of culinary prospects is infinite in its complexities. You have to put that herb butter under the skin. Yes, I put it under the skin. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm not gonna. See, this is the thing on YouTube. Like, unless you're specific exactly with what you mean, there'll always be somebody that'll be like, actually, you're supposed to do it like that. I'm like, yes, that's the way I do it. I just didn't feel like breaking down every single step of how I cook a Thanksgiving turkey. Just because I didn't include it doesn't mean it's omitted, all right? Yeah, that's how it goes. But that's just a thing on YouTube. That's just one of those things you got to get used to, you know? Like, that happens a lot whenever I'm talking about a character. Like, let's say, for example, I'm making a video about zone users, and I'm discussing ancient zones. And I'll be like, you know, there's a lot of characters in One Piece that use ancient zones, like Jack and Queen, for instance. There'll always be somebody in the comments that'll be like, you forgot about King. I'm like, I didn't forget about King. I'm just using Jack and Queen as an example for right now, okay? You know, there's a lot of characters that use ancient zones, such as Jack, King, Queen, Drake, Ulti, page 1. I have to list every character that includes ancient zones. But did you spatchcock it? No, I didn't. All right, so what's next? Because Zoro's aware of his now, Sanji's sure to follow right behind him. Yeah, I feel like that's also another good reason for that. Weird opening discussion here, but we'll just roll with it, yeah. You know, Zoro and Sanji always have the rivalry with each other, so them unlocking, each having Conqueror's Haki, I could see that. I don't think every Straw Hat needs to have it. I don't think every Straw Hat, like Frankie, and I even said this in Dak's stream, I feel like at this point, Frankie doesn't even need Haki. That's not how he fights. That's not how he focuses on things. It would be cool if Robin had it. It'd be cool if Usopp could, you know, heighten his observation. I think Nami doesn't even really need Conquerors. Well, she already has it. Nami does not need Haki. I don't think she does at this point. Nami has so much other shit going on with her Climate Act and the upgraded form of that, and then also with Zeus. Like, I don't think Nami really needs any type of Haki to really upgrade herself at this point. Does Jinbei have Conqueror's Haki? Yeah, him getting it too, I'd be fine with. Like, Sanji and Jinbei getting it, I'd be fine. Yeah, 3-way Deathlock Conqueror's Haki blast. I'm leaving work. Stay home. Stay live for 55 minutes till I get home so I can gift a membership, please. Oh, hey, Ronnie. How you doing? Ronnie was also in Dak's stream. Ronnie is everywhere all at once. Sure, Ronnie. I think we'll still be live 55 minutes from now. She needs Haki to hurt Luffy when he doesn't listen. Yeah, see, that's the one thing about the One Piece story that you question is that Oda foreshadowing stuff like Nami has Conquerors, or is it just comedy moments? You know? Hey, Tekking, since it's been quite some time since your best bombs in One Piece video, I did not make a best bombs in One Piece video, but I can right now. Best bombs in One Piece. Number 5, best bomb in One Piece. I'm gonna probably go with the bombs that were located in the base of Onigashima. If those things went off, it would have been massive. They played a very critical role in taking down Big Mom. So, top 5 bombs in One Piece, I'm going with Kaido's Armory. Number 4 bombs in One Piece. I think I'm going to go with the Tamaite Bako on number 4. Tamaite Bako. That was a really powerful bomb. It was able to level all of Whole Cake Chateau. I mean, Whole Cake Chateau is massive, and it was able to just crash down and just destroy it. It's nuts. Let's see. What's the next, number 3? Number 3, Pedro. Yeah, number 3 will be Pedro's bomb. That thing had to be loaded with antimatter or something. It was not only enough to level himself, but also the free the Sunny from, like, very, like a lot of candy that was, like, gelled all around it. You know what I mean? Like, that was a lot of stuff, and he was able to free it with that explosion. So I don't know what Pedro was loading those bombs with, but definitely something more devastating. Mr. 5, I think I'm going to go number 2. Best bombs in One Piece, Mr. 5 with the bomb fruit. Had to include him at some point. Pretty self-explanatory. Might actually be a fruit. Like, if I was Blackbeard and I was hunting for powerful devil fruits, I mean, don't overlook the bomb fruit. I mean, that one could be pretty devastating. Also, considering that Mr. 5 spoke about an ability he could use. He could just blow his whole body, just the whole thing, like a full body explosion, and he would be fine. So just imagine that. If you were really strong and you had an ability and you could just boom and then you were perfectly fine afterwards, that'd be really devastating. Finally, number 1 bomb in One Piece, best bombs, I would have to go with Pell. I'd have to go with Pell, who survived the nuke pretty much at Alabasta. That's probably the best. That's the biggest boom I think we've ever seen in One Piece. It was the blast that, I don't know what Crocodile basically invented a hydrogen bomb with that. I mean, he really did. All right. Well, anyway, this has been pretty much. I don't know if this is demonetized at this point, but all right, there we go. Best bombs in One Piece. There you go. All right. Buggies. Buggies is okay, but maybe Buggies would be number 6. Buggies, the Muggy Ball would be number 6. Let's see. Teching, do you think Nolan made it to Lodestar Island? I think quite a few people made it to Lodestar because, like, if you just keep following the log post, you're eventually going to hit Lodestar. You're not going to hit Laugh-Tail. So that's the reason why, like, it didn't make any sense for Raft-Tail or Laugh-Tail to be the last island because, like, anybody with a log post could theoretically get there. Making it more difficult to locate it is much more, it makes more sense. So, I think Roger is not the only one that reached Lodestar. Probably quite a few other pirates, not a lot, but, like, I would say at least maybe, like, over the course of 900 years, like, maybe 10, maybe a dozen pirates or so have reached Lodestar. The Marines probably know where it's at. The government knows where it's at. It's just the island that's at the end of the Grand Line. Probably not something that a lot of people, like, live on, if anybody lives on it at all. But, more people would... It's easier to get there than it is with Laugh-Tail. Since every lie that Usopp says comes true, him saying he has Conqueror's Haki might be true. I brought that up in Dax's stream, where it's like, well, Usopp said he had it at Wano, so therefore, I'm like, yeah, sure, go for it. Who is the man marked by flames? Yep, let's do that. Let's talk about that now. Let's make a list. All right, so I'm putting Eam on there because that was my guess. Dragon was another guess. Let's see. I'm hearing a lot of Scopper Gabons as of late. There was another character. A lot of Fishman and Merfolk ideas are thrown out because of that. I don't think it's Sabo, guys. I don't think Sabo makes any sense. Shiki, maybe. I'm just going to put Ashiki, Wang, Silver Axe. I'm just going to put the whole Rocks crew that we don't know anything about. Rocks himself. Rocks is back from the dead. Davy Jones is an idea. The original Vanderdecken is idea. Just writing them all down. Screw it. The original Vanderdecken back from the grave. It's Bullet. No, I'm not putting Bullet on there. Saul, I'll put Saul on there, but it really doesn't make any sense for Saul to be sailing around the Grand Line, in the depths of the Grand Line with some kind of, like, because you also have to account for the whirlpools in some way, Like, the idea of it being a fishman makes sense for the whirlpools. Maybe they have a devil fruit, or maybe they can control the ocean itself. Saul Goodman, that's a better one, yeah. Jack Sparrow, there you go. It's Hanjay, yeah, there you go. Let's see, I'm not getting any better ones than the ones I've already listed. Yeah, it's definitely not Aokiji. We've already confirmed that, I don't think it's one person. It could be a crew. It could be a group of fishmen. It could be like a whole fleet of them. It's Panda Man! Dude, if it was Panda Man, you know what, fuck it, I'm writing Panda Man. Arouge, yeah, Arouge has a scar, he has a mark that, is that, but I don't think Arouge's ship looks, it's not a pitch black ship. We've seen Arouge's before. Where did the Wang Ji voice come from? It was just a funny name, and I shouted it because I just love shouting Wang Ji, and then it just became more and more exaggerated over the years, and now it's just funny. It's just, I just like it, It's a funny name. Wang is funny. It's just funny to say, okay? Just say Wang really quick. Just Wang. It's funny, right? It's a laugh. It gives you a giggle. Gene. Yeah, Dax suggested that. Dax Sake suggested. It's Gene. I'm like, I would love it to be Gene. I would love Gene to be back in the story at all. The poneglyph was feed a human devil fruit and it's sailing itself. You know what? Sure. I'll write that down too. God, this is a long list. Poneglyph human. Poneglyph human. There we go. It's Blue Jam. Good old Blue Jam the pirate. I remember him. That is an actual character, by the way. That actually is a character in One Piece. If you know, you know. Let's see. It's not Calypso. Do we actually know if Rox is dead? No, I don't. So he's on the list. Yep. Could it be Luffy? No. I wrote down Scopper. Fire Gabon. It's Sapphire. It's Starfire. It's Clover. Yeah, there's a lot of characters on here like Clover I really hope is dead. Nothing against Clover, but I really hope he's just not still alive. You know what I mean? It's obviously Roger. It's got to be Bonnie's crew that mysteriously disappeared from the story. They got captured. They didn't mysteriously disappear. They literally got captured by a Kainu pre-time skip, and Bonnie was able to slip away, but they all got captured. So they're probably at Impel Down right now. Robin's dad. You know what? Yeah, Robin's dad or O'Hara survivor. I made a video about the man marked by flames before when we knew less information about them, and I did throw out, O'Hara survivor, but now we have a little bit more information. We know marked by flames, which, once again, to reiterate, marked by flames does not mean they have a burn scar. It could also indicate they have some mark. It could be a tattoo. It could be a birthmark. It could be any kind of marker or anything on their skin that has, I guess, resembles flames in some way, in some form. Or it was caused by flames. Here's another one people have suggested. Could be somebody that was a former slave that has the mark of the celestial dragon on the back. So it could represent, okay, that's not a tattoo. It is a burn, but it's more of a brand rather than a burn. Like you're been burned by fire, like a Kainu burned Aokiji. This is a little different. So you could be branded. So I'll put a former slave of Marijois. Could be that. A Lunarian. Yeah, you know what? I'm putting Lunarian down because, I could see King sailing around in, he wears the full black BDSM gimp suit. I could see him sailing around in a pitch black ship. Because, King was pretty goth. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think it's Toki. I don't think it's Charlos. I don't think it's the Gorosei. I don't think it's Shoto Todoroki. Yeah. Masked Deuce. I don't think Masked Deuce is going to show up in the story in a relevant means. It's not Moria, no. This person, on another piece of criteria, this person has been active for a few years. At least over a year or two, because Aokiji was like, I have burn marks, and then Vasco is like, no, you got that recently. I mean, this guy's been around for a while, so he's been around at least for 3, 4, 5+ years, at least. Might even be more than that, so can't be anybody that, like a Aokiji that just got the scar. Do you think strong hockey users with Devil Fruits can negate Blackbeard's ability to negate Devil Fruits? Okay, I'm going to be doing a whole video about that because now this brings up a lot of questions. Like here's a question that a lot of people have thrown out. Okay, if, let's say, Aokiji freezes you with his ice and you have really powerful Conqueror's Hockey, can you just automatically melt that ice? I don't think you can. If you're physically strong enough, like Garp, you could just break out of it, sure. But people threw out the idea, like, couldn't Garp just go over to Hibari and just use his Conquerors to negate Aokiji's ice and just melt it instantly? And it's like, I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works. I wrote down Dragon, the revolutionaries, yeah. I don't think it's Dofi. I think Dofi's still in prison. You know? This person is active and sailing around in the world. Dofi broke out. Yeah, but he didn't break out. This is somebody that's been active in the world, sailing a pitch black ship, causing whirlpools, sailing around the world for quite some time now, at least a few years. I'd place a large sum of money that the burn scar person is someone who actually matters to the story. It's Dragon or someone we've never heard of. I'm thinking that too, just because we want to kind of coalesce everything together. Like, it'd be really cool if it was, like, Geen, or if it was, I don't know, like, if it was Geen, or the Poneglyph human idea, or, if it was some random Lunarian we haven't met yet. Like, that would be cool, but these would be, like, brand new characters. Geen is, we know about him, but he's, like, really far back. If it would be Dragon, or Eam, or Scopper, or Shiki, or Rox himself, or Saul, or a Rouge, that would really tie the whole story, like, oh, that's who that person was, you know what I mean? Like, that really kind of ties it together in a big way. Cause the Chapter 1 whirlpool. I don't like to think that, but Oda likes to, like, tie I don't think everything has to come back to some random means, you know? Because that gets to the whole thing where it's like the whole series was orchestrated by someone. The whole story was part of something this whole time. We organized it all together. You know, there's a series. Okay, I'm reading Berserk right now. I finally started reading it, okay? Because Daniel Green, he put it as like one of his favorite series of all time. I think it was like number 2 or 3 on his list when Daniel Green did it. It is a series like I've been recommended to read Berserk for ever since I started YouTube, pretty much. It was just like, read Berserk, read Berserk. So I finally started reading Berserk. I mean, it might be Guts. Okay, if Guts has a pirate ship, which I'm only up to like the 5th. I just finished the Golden Age arc. I just finished it. I just finished the Eclipse and everything like that. If Guts were to have a pirate ship, I could see him sailing around in a pitch black pirate ship that could fire, giant cannons and fire out huge swords at all angles. But anyway, that happened with that. I don't want to spoil anything for Berserk for those of you that haven't read it, but like orchestrate everything from the very beginning. If you know, you know. There it is, yeah. By the way, Berserk. I have no idea how to talk about that. I literally have, like, reading that manga has given me like so many moments where I am purely like completely like I don't know how to describe it. It's like there's so many parts that made me like viscerally uncomfortable reading it. Like what the actual fuck, you know what I mean? And then but it's like let me put it this way. The best way for me to describe Berserk, I have never read a manga before in my entire life. I have never and I've not read a lot. Like there's people that have read way more than me, but out of every manga I've read in my entire life, this manga gave me like the reaction to it is different from every other one. And even like really like I've read seinens before. I've read Gantz before. This is a completely different ball game with this, right? Completely different. Different from Junji Ito, different from Uzumaki. It's first time we understand completely. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, all right. So anyway, yeah, that's that. I don't even know. Like, I was like, oh, I'll read Berserk, and I'll maybe make not like a video on every volume or something, but maybe I'll sit down and make a video about it. I'll talk about it every once in a while, like at a certain point in like after the arcs or a certain point in the story. I don't even know like what to. I'm not even. I'm like babbling right now. I don't know how to properly convey these characters. I don't know how to properly convey it. It's a lot. Yeah, I feel like I need a whole year to just sit down and like process the Golden Age arc alone. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It made you feel, yeah. I have to say, that is one thing I can say out of any, and I know it's a One Piece stream, so we'll get back to it, but like, out of any main character for a manga, I think I feel the most for Guts' plight out of any other main character, any other protagonist, Like, worse than any one, like, One Piece characters have really intense backstories, right? Like, Robin and Brooks' backstories are genuinely super sad. You know what I mean? They're really, like, you really feel for them. I think Brooks is the worst, and Robin's is a close second. There's a lot of other ones, like Nami's mother got shot right in front of her. Usopp's dad ran off, which is actually one of the lighter ones. Brooks spent 50 years on a ship with all of his dead friends, his corpses rotting around him as he himself is a skeleton. Robin watched her entire island burn down. Every single friend she ever made, including the friend she just made like a day ago, died right in front of her. Living on the run from the government her whole life. That doesn't even approach the shit that Guts had to go through. Not even approaching it. Not even close. Not even a modicum. All right? It's, yeah, and yeah. Who is your favorite character design-wise? Design-wise, how they look. In terms of the one that gave me the most kind of like, whoa kind of moment, probably Void. Member of the God Hand, just the way that dude looks. Pretty much every member of the God Hand, but Void was the one that was like, okay, this dude's fucking cool. All right, yeah. But Guts though, like, yeah. Yep. What about the ship that killed Brooks' crew with poison? Oh, as another, like, I mean, I think there's a subset of people that really want the crew that killed Brooks' crew to the Rumbar Pirates to be relevant. Like, they want them to be like, there was a big theory they were a member of the Jerma. Like, oh, that must have been the Jerma because Reiju uses poison, so it must have been the Jerma. You know, it could have been, I guess. But it's the implication with that is the Jerma, like, they ruled over the North Blue for 66 days, I think something like 300 years ago or something. And then they were defeated, and their family was kind of cast into ruin for a while. And it wasn't until Judge, when he, left Mads, he's the one with his science that started building the Jerma up again. I don't think it existed. Maybe it existed in a very flimsy kind of form, like Judge's dad or grandfather or something like that might have kept the family legacy going, but they didn't really have the resources or the knowledge or the technology to really make it what it is now. Yeah. It could be Tom. I would love Tom to come back. I'll put down Tom. God, I have a huge list now. Okay. People that could be the man marked by flames. We have a random Lunarian. We have Eam. We have Dragon, Scopper Gabon, Shiki, the Golden Lion, Wang Zhi or Ochoku, Silver Axe, Roxy Zebek, Davy Jones, the original Vanderdecken, Jaguar D. Saul, Panda Man, Arouge, Jean, a Poneglyph Human, Robin. Wait, why did I write down Robin? O'Hara Survivor, Robin's father. That's what Robin's father or an O'Hara Survivor, something like that. Former slave from Marijois, and Tom. There you go. Naguri. Yeah, remember him? I remember him. Yeah, anime-only character. The man marked by flames is also said to just have knowledge of poneglyphs by Kid while in Elbaf. I don't know if it's just me, but Saul is pretty in-your-face dead answer. He's in-your-face dead answer, but, like, Saul would be hanging out. He's, like, wanted by the government, and he's a rogue Marine. Like, it doesn't make any sense for me why Saul, when he's perfectly safe living in Elbaf, protected by the giants, why all of a sudden he would just be like, I'm going to build a pitch black ship and just sail around the ocean for... Why, Yeah. Why are dead people on this? Because we don't know if they're dead. That's the answer. If you're reading One Piece and you think that, like, why would you put rocks on there? He's obviously dead. You haven't been reading this story for very long, have you? Like, he could totally... Did we see him die? Has it been confirmed he's dead? No? Okay, well, he's probably... I mean, he might be dead. He might be still alive. We don't know. It's Oda flipping a coin with that shit, honestly. Alexa, flip a coin. Heads, he's alive. Tails, he's dead. All right, Rox is dead. Taking him off the list. Just there it is. Could be Bellamy. No, I don't think it's Bellamy. He's been doing this for a while, and Bellamy just recently defected from Doflamingo to go to become the flag maker. Yeah, I mean, maybe Bellamy's out there selling around somewhere, sure, but, like, he's not the man marked by flames. Yeah. Now, if I was putting, like Ace on this list, then I could understand. Like, Ace, it was Whitebeard the whole time. Like, no, I mean, those characters we know for a fact are dead, and they're not coming back. It's weird with Oda. Like, if Oda shows the character getting shot point blank and goes down, I'm thinking if there's any exceptions to this rule. But it happened with Odin. It happened with Whitebeard. It happened with Ace. It happened with Bellamere. Those characters are all dead. All right? Fisher Tiger. Like, some people have to be dead. All right? Usopp and Blackbeard have the same eyes. Maybe they're related. Sure. Eam and Mihawk have the same eyes, so there you go. Toki. I don't think it's Toki, but I'll put down Toki because following my rule with Tom, we don't know that Toki's dead, so I'll put down Toki. Yorkie. Okay, fine. I'll put down Yorkie. We don't know he's dead. Whoop Slap is... Nah, it's not Whoop Slap. Why, it's hit YouTuber, Teching 101. It's Internet Funny Man, Teching 101. Yeah. But I think we have enough people for that. I have no idea who it is. Here's a question. Do you think it's a devil fruit? Do you think causing the whirlpools is a devil fruit? Let me do a poll. I think I'll do a poll for that one. Yeah, I'm going to start a poll. I could even do a Q&A on here now. That's sweet. Could do that. Do a Q&A. We could do a poll. All right. How is the man marked by flames creating whirlpools? And I'll do... Oh, wait, this is a yes or no answer. Oh, add option. Oh, there we go. The D. Devil fruit. Hockey. Those are the standards. Fishman. Merfolk. Fishman is not a real word. Yes, it is. How dare you? Just used an I there. Okay. And I'll just put other means because I'm kind of running out of space here. All right, there we go. Oh, shit, we got 50 doll hairs from Young Smokey, VP17. I believe the suspects for the man with burn scar could be Kuzan, Saul, Dragon, and finally Shiki. It's definitely not Aokiji. But with Shiki, what if he was the one to lift the poneglyph? I get the whirlpools, but I could see it. You know, I would be okay if it was Shiki. Shiki, I think, you know, he has the ability of that, float fruit, and he has, like, crazy abilities. I could see him doing that. He's a member of Rox's crew. If it was Shiki, I'd be okay with that. If it was anybody from Rox's crew, I'd be okay with that. If it was Rox himself, like, you'd have to explain that. Like, what have you been up to since God Valley? But if it was Shiki, Wang, or Silver Axe, I'm okay with all those options, you know. It could also be, you know, Dragon with his Storm Fruit, Wind Logia, or whatever it might be. Yeah. So it seems like Devil Fruits are definitely persevering at the moment. Giant Ship. Let's see. Avalo Pizarro Awakening. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, the Island Fruit Awakening, I mean, he might have the Awakening already because he's already a strong dude, or he... I don't know what the Awakening of the Island Fruit would be. Make a new island? Like, add to the island? Reshape the island? I don't know. It's Pizarro. I don't think it's Pizarro, no. It can't be Pizarro. We're looking for somebody that is not directly connected to any of the Emperor crews, is probably not on a pirate. Like, it might be a pirate ship, but it's not, like, a crew that we're aware of so far. And they've been doing this for a while. They've been doing this long enough to create a legend. So it can't be somebody like, you know, I mean, Fisher Tiger, I'm pretty sure Fisher Tiger's dead. You know, I'm pretty sure he's dead. It's Dax Flames. Yes. It's a One Piece movie character. Well, Shiki technically was a movie character, but he was also in the actual, you know, manga as well. You're forgetting the guy that stopped Roger and Shiki from fighting. Okay, so that was a storm that came out of nowhere and stopped the fight. Now, you could say, well, it wasn't a storm. It was a devil fruit user. It's like, I'm still debunking it on it being a storm. I'm debunking on it just being Roger's crazy good luck. You know, because I'm not a fan of every random chance in a manga being somebody's direct interference. Like, the whirlpool that Luffy got sucked in, it had to have been caused by somebody. They put it there. The storm at Ed War, it had to have been somebody with Dragon's Fruit, or it could have been Dragon. I'm just like, I don't like that. I don't like the idea, like, nothing happens for random chance. Everything is controlled by other people. You know what I mean? I don't like that idea. It's okay to do it once in a while. Don't get me wrong. You can do it once in a while in your story as, like, a shock moment, but I really hate it when, like, there's no such thing as random chance. It's like everything is some Machiavellian scheme from somebody somewhere, you know? I don't like that. I don't like that. Sometimes there's a big-ass hurricane that just happens, okay? Just... Case in point, War of 1812. Okay, War of 1812. British sack Washington, D.C. They burn the White House down. The president, James Madison, is forced to retreat. He actually commands a private little army, like, outside of the area. They make a town, like, basically the capital for the day. If you go there, I can't remember the name of the town, but if you go there, it's like, this town was the capital for one day. Well, the capital, the D.C., was being sacked by the British or whatever. And so as the White House was burning and all the British were occupying the city, a massive fucking thunderstorm just comes in, like a fucking typhoon, just washes into D.C., extinguishes all the flames, and forces the British kind of out. And, yeah, there you go. Sometimes shit like this just happens throughout history. There was a Mongolian invasion, I think during the 14th century, into Japan, into Tsushima, and this Mongolian horde was expelled by, it was typhoon season, and just knocked all their ships, like wrecked their fleet, and that saved Japan. I think twice, 2 or 3 times actually, that happened. They tried to invade Japan during the storm season, and didn't work out for the Mongolians. Did not work out. Forgot to add my message. What if the Man of Scars is a former member of the Roger Pirates? Like Cop. Yeah, I wrote down Scopper. Yeah, we got that. Guarding the Poneglyph. Cheers from Switzerland. Ah, Switzerland. I like your flag. It's cool. It's a square instead of a rectangle. It dares to be different. See, I don't think the whirlpools are related to an island, because the idea is the ship is sailing around the Grand Line. It's not staying in one fixed location, you know? Whitebeard fought Roger for 3 days to draw, yet his crew was mostly a bunch of teenagers. No, they weren't. Whitebeard's crew was not mostly a bunch of teenagers. He had Teach, he had Marco, who were teenagers, like King Du, Whitey Bay, Andre, Apoida, all those guys were adults. Vista was like 19 at this point. Vista was like the same age as Zoro at the beginning of the story, the same age Luffy is now. Yeah, they weren't mostly teenagers on Whitebeard's crew. Whitey Bay. Yeah, I always, for the longest time, thought it was Whitney Bay. But no, it's not. It's not. Yeah. All of them were orphans. Yeah, I mean, that's what Whitebeard kind of did. I mean, he definitely had a soft spot for welcoming orphans onto the crew. Yeah. Odin was on the crew at that point. He was in his 30s. Maybe his 20s, but he's still an adult. No, I really am not thinking that Kuzan is in sword at that point. Let's talk about that. So I don't think hold on a second. I want to pull up super chat menu because I forgot a few. So yeah, I was thinking about this for a while, and I'm more invested in Kuzan's story if he's not a member. He's not like a double agent, because once again, it's kind of like a common trope with that. Like, it was used in Bleach, you know, like, oh, you think your ally is actually an enemy? No, he's actually a double crosser, you know what I mean? He's actually just infiltrating the enemy camp, and he's going to actually turn out to be an ally at the end, you know? It's like, he's like, I'm okay with that as a twist. It's really obvious, and you can kind of see it coming. And with that last chapter, and we got to see actually how they met, it makes way more sense for Kuzan to just realize that, like, I don't want to, I don't want to, I want to do something with my life that's as meaningful, like what I want to do, because I was with the Marines. I kind of had to do what they wanted to do. Now I'm on my own. I kind of have my own path, but I'm like he was really heartbroken and depressed after the fight with Akainu, so he was kind of just looking for purpose. And Blackbeard kind of showed up and said, hey, join up with me, sail around, and you can do whatever you want. You have your own agenda. We're all kind of working together. We're working together because that's the best way to get our individual agendas done, and you can go off and kind of do your own thing. And that's what me and Dak were talking about. And, yeah, I think that makes more sense for Kuzan. It's definitely a better character motivation, I think. So I'm not really, I mean, he could still be, I mean, if he was a member of Sword, he's not just going to outright say it, you know what I mean? He's not just going to be like, Garp-san, I'm a member of Sword, you know? They're going to make it look believable, but I'm more leaning for the idea of him just like, yeah, like, and once again, as I said in the review, why would Aokiji not want to, like, why would he hate Blackbeard? I don't see any reason why Kuzan, the former Navy Admiral Aokiji, would hate Blackbeard. All the horrible stuff Blackbeard has done, he did to, like, other pirates. He killed Thatch, he turned in Ace, he killed Whitebeard. None of that should really, like, maybe from a moral perspective, maybe Aokiji was like, I don't like the way you do things. But at the end of the day, those were all pirates. So Aokiji might just be like, yeah, you killed your teammate, you killed Whitebeard, you turned in Ace, but it's like, They were all pirates anyway. I was chasing after them anyway, so yeah. Since Luffy was caught, thank you, name named. Since Luffy was caught in a massive whirlpool chapter 2, do you think he already saw the man marked by flames? I really hope that's not the twist. We were talking about that earlier. I hope it's not. I hope not every little weather phenomenon in One Piece has to come back to one individual. Spoiler alert, the entire story was orchestrated by one man, and his name is Oda. Woo! Would Pika's fruit work inside Beiji's? You know what? I think that the determining factor with that would be who has the stronger haki. I think if Pika's haki was stronger than Beiji's, he could force his way into Beiji's castle and do whatever he wanted with it. If Beiji's haki was stronger than Pika's, I think he could reject Pika from the castle. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair way of looking at it. Let's look at that menu, the poll. Yeah, it looks like Devil Fruits are winning, definitely. Devil Fruit Hockey, Fishman, Merfolk creating it, and then other means. So I'm going to go with Devil Fruit. A lot of people are on Devil Fruit. Because Lafitte thought it was a Devil Fruit, like, he probably has a Devil Fruit. That makes me immediately think, like, maybe he doesn't. Lafitte thought he did, but maybe that's Oda just trying to throw us out. Also, Shiryu was like, oh, it could be a member of the government. So I thought it was Eam, which is possible, but maybe... is something else. Who knows? Why would Blackbeard attack Baltigo? I'm thinking it's related to the man marked by flames because I can't see Blackbeard caring about the Revolutionary Army unless he treats Dragon's Head as peace offering to them. Yeah, I mean, like, that's another reason. I think that's actually obvious right there. He captured Kobe to basically use him as a bargaining chip because he was trying to make Hachinosu into a kingdom, like, legitimized by the world government. Dude, if he could have captured, not even Dragon, but if Blackbeard could have captured any of the high-ranking officers of the revolutionaries, if Blackbeard would have captured Sabo or Ivankov or, they weren't there at the time, but Karasu or anybody, turn them into the Marines, he could have had the same plan as with Kobe. And if he would have captured Dragon himself, like, that would have been like, because Blackbeard looks at that as like, okay, what are angles that other pirate crews are not going to look at, but that could work for me? And I think the Revolutionary Army, like most other Yonko, probably do not give a shit about the Revolutionary Army. You don't see Kaido going after Dragon. You don't see Big Mom or Whitebeard going after Dragon or anything like that. But Blackbeard sees it as an opportunity. He's like, hey, nobody else is really dealing with the revolutionaries except for the Marines, and the government, obviously, and Cypherpole. But it's like, hey, if I know where the Revolutionary Army headquarters is and nobody else knows where it is, Baltigo is like a hidden island. If I know where that place is, I can capture some revolutionaries. Those are more tools in my toolbox that I can use to further my own agenda. Even if Blackbeard's like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. Let's say I captured Sabo. Blackbeard captures Sabo. Like, I don't even know what I'm going to do with Sabo yet, but I could think of something. I might be able to do something with Sabo. Say, haha, it's the second in command of the Revolutionary Army. I could figure out some way to use that to my advantage, That's Blackbeard. He just kind of spitballs a lot of shit and just kind of throws darts at dartboard and just hopes something will stick, but sometimes it works. Do you feel like it's more likely a Marine or a pirate? I think it's more likely a... Oh, geez, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't think it's a Marine. I think it's split between a member of the world government or it's a member of some, like, pirate group or maybe a former pirate, something like Rox's crew or something like that. Aokiji doesn't have to be a member of Sword in order to not be with Blackbeard. He clearly has a purpose of his own. Yeah, that's another thing to look at it. He doesn't have to be part of Sword. He could just literally be like, yeah, I'm working with Blackbeard right now. I have my own agenda. Eventually that agenda will lead to me betraying Blackbeard, but it's completely unrelated to Sword, completely unrelated to the government, completely unrelated to the Marines. It's my own thing I have going on here, Have you talked about the cover page and maybe Sanji having conquerors? Yes, Andres. Thank you for the membership. We talked about that earlier on. One of the first discussions we made about the stream, actually. So probably go back to maybe the 15-ish, 20-minute mark. Maybe we talked about it then. Let's talk about Hibari really quick. Do you think Hibari is Akainu's daughter? Because I really want that to be the case. I think that would be just hilarious for so many reasons. Yeah, her being Akainu's daughter, kind of rebelling against her dad by joining Sword and kind of resigning from the Marines, and just her attitude in general is very opposite Akainu's. She falls in love. She crushes on Kobe because Kobe stood up to her dad. Can you imagine for a moment being Akainu's child, being Akainu's son or Akainu's daughter, especially if you were Akainu's daughter, Like, it's got to be hard finding guys to go out on dates with. That's basically what I'm saying. Like, every person you try to ask out, it's like, oh, my dad is a Kainu. I'd be like, okay, I'm out of here. You seem nice, but I don't want to die. I got to leave. I don't want to turn out to be a smoldering pile of ash on the... No, thank you. No, the ages don't match up. Okay, so we don't know Ibari's age. We don't know it at all. I'm assuming Hibari is maybe around the same age as Kobe. Kobe's 18. So maybe Hibari's 18, maybe like in her early 20s. But either way, that works. Akainu could have had Akainu could have had, you know, a child when he was in his mid-30s. You know what I mean? Like, it's perfectly possible, yeah. Do you think we'll get to see Logia Awakening with Aokiji versus Garp? We've already kind of seen the effects of that at Punk Hazard, but yeah, maybe if Kuzan continues to fight Garp, if they just don't leave after this. Let's look at the super chats here. Akainu having a daughter at 40, is that weird? Yeah, well, no, because Hibari's definitely older than that. Because if we're really doing, because it really feels at this point, Hibari is crushing on Kobe. Like, I don't know if Oda is setting them up directly to be a couple, but they would be around the same age. So, yeah, but Akainu having a kid when he was in his 30s or 40s, that's normal. I don't see anything weird about that. My dad was, because my parents were a little bit older when I was born. Most of the friends I had in elementary school, their parents were like in their mid to late 20s when I was like in first or second grade. I actually there's a story. Okay. I remember one day we were out playing soccer for gym class. I was probably in like 4th or 5th grade at this point, right? And the previous day, my one friend's mom came and picked him up from school, right? And we were talking about, we didn't know it was his mom, though, because she looked like she was probably like in her mid-20s at that point. But, you know, we're all like little kids, so we just think it's like, oh my God, that's his older sister. And we went up to him. His name was Austin. And it was like, hey, Austin, your older sister's hot. And then he's like, that was my mom, dudes. Just like, that was funny. But yeah, you know, so when I was in elementary school, like when I was in 5th grade and I was like 10, my dad would have already been like in his mid 40s. My dad would have already been like 45. My dad was like in his late 30s when I was born. Yeah. Could the man marked in flames be guarded by the silhouette we saw in Thriller Bark? Nah, I don't think that's going to connect to this. Feel free to say, hey, you were wrong, but like I don't think it's connected with that. I mean, it is way too coincidental that Hibari and Akainu speak the same dialect. It is a little weird because those are the only 2 members of the Marines that speak that way. Only 2. I think there's some characters in Wano that also speak with that Hiroshima kind of dialect, but it's Wano, and it's the whole point of Wano is it's based off of Japan, so it makes sense there. But yeah, it's a little weird. It's just weird for a choice. I can also see the reason why Oda did it, because like Hibari is this girl that has like, she dresses very girly. She has hearts and rainbows and unicorns, and she has a little stuffed bear inside of her Marine backpack, but she wears tactical boots and camo and uses a sniper rifle. I can understand the juxtaposition of her character. Like, I'm going to draw Hibari as a badass Marine sniper with a bunch of like girly aesthetics, but she also speaks in this Hiroshima dialect. You know what I mean? Like, she talks like a 50-year-old man. Like, that would be funny just from the character concept. That's hilarious, but might be a little bit too coincidental. Have I read Vagabond? No, I haven't read Vagabond. The other there's another manga though. Berserk was one that I wanted to read for a while because a lot of people were recommending it, and I know it's like one of the greatest of all time, and Miura died, of course, and so, you know, I was like, I gotta sit down, and they have those big hardcover, and I love hardcover manga. If a manga has a hardcover, then I'm pretty much guaranteed to like, all right, you sold me. Like, even if I owned the manga previously, like, I owned all of Full Metal Alchemist. I owned all of it in the omnibuses, but they re-released it in the hardcover, and I'm like, shit, guess I'm buying all this again. You know what I mean? Guess I'm buying the whole series all over again. And I did. But anyway, yeah, Berserk is great. But the other series that I've read like the first volume of, and I really liked it. I really liked the protagonist, and I just kind of got away from it. It happens a lot, is Claymore. So after I'm finished with Berserk, and I don't think Claymore has a hardcover version, but I want to get back into reading that. I had like a compendium box. I'm running out of space for manga again. I have 3 No, 4. Well, no, okay. In terms of just dedicated for manga, I have 2 of these big ass bookcases. I have one down here and I have one upstairs, and they're both pretty much full at this point. I mean, I can move them around a little bit, but yeah. I loved Claymore. Claymore is based. Yeah, Claymore was really good. I read the first volume and it was solid. I just have to get back to it. Yeah. 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 Any manga that has just a really cool, like, Berserk, Claymore, Vagabond, just anything that has a single word that's, like, powerful, you know? Have a room as my library. That is my ultimate goal. That is my ultimate goal. Probably not capable in this house, but if I ever move again, and I don't know if I ever will, I might live in this. Like, I could see myself living here the rest of my life, honestly. But if there's ever a reason where I save up some money, or YouTube's doing really well, and I'm like, I can afford a bigger house, I will try to. I want to get the ultimate goal of every nerd, of every person that loves books, is to have an actual library, like a legitimate, like the room is a fucking library. It's nothing but bookshelves. Hopefully, if I could find a house that already has like a library, because there's houses that already have that like built in, that would be perfect. Did you buy the house or are you renting it? I bought it. It's mine. Well, technically, it's more of the bank's than mine, but currently making payments. Yeah. Yes, I've heard of Mashal. Mashal I actually have. Wait, no, did I move that upstairs? Yeah, I moved that one upstairs. Mashal's upstairs now, but I have read Mashal. What do you think Shanks' role in the story is right now, especially when it comes to Blackbeard and Luffy? Like, Shanks' role, I think, is he's going to play gatekeeper with the One Piece, kind of like Kaido did, but Shanks is going to be more successful at it. What do you think about Zebek being the man marked by flames? He's on the list. I have him written down. I mean, could be. Could be. Let's go through some super chats, actually, because I know I missed a few here. If you have read The Eclipse, what is your feeling for what Griffith went through so that the eclipse happened? I mean, like, once again, like, this isn't a Berserk stream, but, like, that question alone feels like that's like, oh, talk about Griffith's journey and what he went through and what he eventually ended up becoming. I'm like, that's literally a 7-part series, that hour-long segments in and of themselves right there. You could do that. Not even shitting. You could make a 6-part series on YouTube, each episode being at least an hour long, dedicated to Griffith's backstory, like, alone, and the shit that he went through and the shit that he did. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you think Sabo is going to fight Akainu in the final battle, do you think Luffy is at least going to get a one-on-one battle with Fleet Bound? I would like to see Luffy and Sabo fight against Akainu, if only briefly. If it's only like Akainu and Luffy and Sabo fight, and it's like Luffy has to go away and then Sabo has to finish him. Even if it's something like that, that'd be fine. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want that to happen. You need a... Oh, wait. Hold on. Move that over here. Let's see. Honestly, when Oda hears some of our fan theories, he probably just rolls his eyes because sometimes we are spot on and other times he's like, y'all look too much into this stuff. I mean, I'm sure Oda is not really... I don't really see Oda being bothered by it in any way. Like, he knows what the internet is, and writing a manga is very different now than it was, like, 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, when Toriyama was writing Dragon Ball... yeah, there were people probably thinking about, like, ooh, what's going to happen? Do you think Goku's going to beat Frieza? You know, I'm sure there were a lot of people that thought that, but there was no internet, or the internet was no, the internet at that point, no, that was in the 80s. So, I mean, the internet, wasn't really around at that point. So, you know, it wasn't an issue that the authors themselves had to deal with, you know, but now it's a completely different ballgame. There's people that have probably almost likely guessed what the One Piece is at this point. I mean, like, how do you not guess? I mean, like, it's like a monkey's typing out 1,000,000 words on a typewriter. Eventually somebody's going to guess it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see. I would love to see it be Shiki, since Oda did say he will come back into the story. Shiki's definitely coming back in the story. It's been hinted at so many times. Shiki is going to show up at some point, so if it was him, I'd be fine with that. If he is he the first eye patch users? That's a thing that, like, there's very stereotypical things that pirates have, like the peg leg and the eye patch and the hook for a hand, matey. You know, so Crocodile was the hook for a hand pirate. Zeph was the peg leg pirate. And the person, no character in One Piece has had an eye patch yet. Not character. Drake, somebody might say Drake. Drake does not have an eye patch. He just wears a piece of cloth over his eye. He still has his eye. He has like a reverse eye patch, but it's not an eye patch. So, Parrots, that too. So, I'm thinking that at some point, yeah, we're going to get the eye patch pirate, and it could be the man marked by flames. Absolutely. Do you think if Dragon Ball Z was released now, it would be as popular? I don't even know how you would do that because so many modern manga have been inspired by DBZ. I don't even know how you could have One Piece or Naruto or Bleach because I feel like so many mangaka take inspiration from Toriyama. Like, if Dragon Ball never existed, like, One Piece might have never existed. Like, seriously. Or it might not have existed in the same form. And also, you got to keep in mind, Toriyama wrote Dragon Ball. He started Dragon Ball in the early 80s, like in 84, 85. It was first serialized. So, like, completely different climate and culture at that point, and what people found funny and what people found entertaining was different in the mid-80s versus 2023. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I'd like. Oh yeah, I already read that one. It's somebody that matters to the story. I agree as well. It's Higama the bear. Do you think it's weird that the only One Piece D&D, the only zone fruit I got was the mythical gourd? I mean, it's just how the numbers get played, man. I feel like there's so many times in One Piece D&D where I'll roll the roulette and I feel like I've landed on the same fruit like 10 times. Like 322 or something like that. It's like I've landed on that before probably. I think it's going to be a Fishman because the last time we saw the road poneglyph was on Fishman Island. That's a popular theory, yeah. Thoughts on another time skip before Laugh Tale? No. If there is a time skip, it's like maybe like 2 weeks later or something like that. It's not going to be like another year goes by. What do you think about the One Piece not mortality tier list, morality tier list? I think Blackbeard would be in the middle as an amoral person. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those. It's like if I do a video on like an alignments, like the alignment chart. I did a thing on Twitter last night where I'm like, hey, what's Garp's alignment? And it really just realized, like, whenever you do discussions like that, you got to understand that no one can ever come to a consensus. You know, that's why alignments is always a tricky discussion because it's like it doesn't matter what character you pick, there will be always somebody with the like. Let me just read through some of the answers to that. So I put on my Twitter last night, like, where would you put Garp on the alignment chart? Chaotic good, lawful neutral, chaotic good, chaotic neutral, lawful neutral, chaotic good, chaotic neutral, neutral good, true neutral, chaotic good, lawful good, chaotic good, chaotic good. Somebody actually said lawful evil. Somebody actually did say lawful evil. Lawful neutral. Yeah. So it's like you can never get anybody to agree on this. It's like by its very nature, it's up for debate. You know what I mean? Neutral good, lawful good. All of them. All of them. Neutral good, chaotic lawful. So that's, yeah. Chaotic lawful. Chaotic lawful. But everybody's going to have, like, you know, no one's going to be able to agree on it. Like, no one's going to have a 100% consensus on that. It's not happening. And that's true with, like, any. Even if you pick a character that's like Superman. Superman is always regarded as, like, the paragon of lawful good. There'll be a lot of us like, well, Superman's not a lawful good all the time. You know what I mean? He's definitely not lawful good. It'd be like, you know, you can't, you know. Teching, please read my super chat. Okay. If I can find it. Hold on, let me refresh it. It might have. There it is. Do you think the Florian monsters will be relevant to the story? It'll be relevant to the story. I just don't think the Florian monsters are involved with Man Marked by Flames. Zebak, we talked about him, yeah. The problem is evil and good don't actually exist. It's just a big mess of gray. Thinking he's too old is silly. My mom was 39 when I was born. My dad was 52. Yeah, I mean, like, that's, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say most people tend to have kids when they're in their 20s because, you know, that's when you're the most, like you're biologically, that's peak moment to have a child. You know, if you're a 40-year-old woman and having a child, the risks of, actually, my one friend, she had a baby last year. And, you know, I learned from her that it's just like, yeah, after age 35, I think, for women, it's considered a geriatric pregnancy. Now, that does not mean that you cannot have a baby at age 35, 36, and there's going to be something wrong. It just means that it's a geriatric pregnancy. That increases risks since you're 35. My mom was 29 when I was born. Yes. Did you read Chainsaw Man Part 2? Yes, I do. Yes. Did you turn 30? Not yet. Monday. Turning 30 on Monday at 4:30 p.m. Papa teching when? I don't want kids. Can you check now that most of my friends are having children? I'm like, I don't want kids. Yes, I can read your super chat, Nick. Just give me a mo. I think I already read that one, but I will read it again. Nick emoted. That's. Oh no, I didn't read that one. Do you think that Yamanaiame no Mi could be a mythical zone like the Gomu Gomu no Mi? If there's a sun god, there should be a night god, and if Nika is freedom. So yeah, there's a lot of people that are comparing Blackbeard to the moon. If Luffy is the sun, then Blackbeard might be the moon. I don't know if the Yamanaiame no Mi will be a zone, because it would be a little different, because Luffy's was thought to be a paramecia, and it was actually a zone. Blackbeard's a Logia, that would then be a zone. I think Blackbeard does have a Logia darkness fruit, but he can still represent the sun. The moon. It doesn't have to be like, they don't have to both be mythical zones to represent what they represent. You know, it's Luffy could have a mythical zone that represents the sun, and Blackbeard could have a Logia that represents the moon. There it is. Oh, and Beppo, too. We haven't even talked about that. I mean, Beppo being the MVP there. I mean, yeah, I think it's a, I think it is, like, Chopper analyzing the mink biology after spending some time with them and realizing, like, okay, you guys can turn into Sulongs, so you're clearly, like, it's in your biology to transform like that. It's just the moon is the thing that's the trigger. But it's completely well within your biology to grow really big and, you know, harness electro and get really feral, you know? So if it's already as part of your biology, you should, in theory, be able to use that form whenever you want. You just might need another trigger, another thing to activate it. And Chopper developed, like, a variant of the Rumble Ball. It's still like a piece of candy like the Rumble Ball is, and it's kind of like that. Hey, Ronnie. Your mods are hilarious. Oh, okay. Cool. I love my mods. I don't have that many mods. I usually just throw in the mods whenever the sex robots come to town. You know what I mean? And then I just pick a random person out of the chat. It's like, oh, that guy, Jack. Jack looks like a reliable dude. Fourth Sin, he's reliable. Yeah, I can rely on that guy. Yep. What is your favorite manga excluding One Piece? My favorite anime is Fooly Cooly, but it was a manga, but I wouldn't declare it as that. It might be Vinland Saga, honestly. Vinland Saga, really big fan of that. Yeah, I might have. Since Luffy was caught in a massive whirlpool... Oh, I already answered that one already. Yeah, I don't think it was by anybody like Man Marked by Flames. I don't think that's the case. I think it was just a whirlpool. Oh, yeah, it's Earth Day, too. Happy Earth Day! You missed my super chat from a while ago. I'm pretty sure Dragon has better things to do than sail around with a rock to bully pirates and make himself a target to pirates. I'm going to Ashiryu and say it's a Marine. That makes sense, too, because, yeah, I think Dragon does have more important shit to do. Could be a connection to the revolutionaries, but, yeah, Dragon himself... It might not even be, well, I think we're assuming that this Man Marked by Flames is always sailing around. Maybe he's not always sailing around. Maybe once in a while they see a black ship and they know that's who it is. And if you get close to it, then a whirlpool sucks you up. So it might just be Dragon like, all right, I'm taking the ship and I'm going to this other island for the revolution. And if anybody interrupts him, he just sends a whirlpool. It could be that. I don't think the Man Marked by Flames is just like living on the ship, sailing around infinitely, never docking anywhere, never doing anything. Yeah. Maybe, but I don't think that's necessary. I don't think that's the case. I spit a lot on my monitor. Every couple of weeks, I have to like clean off my monitor because I'm making videos in front of it all the time and just spraying and shit. Yep. Have you watched Dr. Stone season 3? Yeah, I actually just watched the first episode. I watched the first 2 of them in they're Japanese, but I watched the It's a fuzzy in my hair. I watched the first episode dubbed last night on Funimation on the app. Yeah. You know, Hajime no Ippo looks interesting to me, just from the perspective of it being so, like, a long-lived manga. But I'm probably never going to read it just because I'm not really that interested in sports manga and boxing. I'm not really interested there. Yeah. Yeah. I'm spitting on you. Can an object with devil fruit drown? Yeah. Yeah, if you throw Funkfried into the ocean, pretty sure it would drown. Y-Man's introduction in anime was insane. Yeah. I don't think I got to that episode yet. I think it's the next episode after this. Theory for when we finally get back to Egghead. There's going to be a massive battle, which is why I think Oda's like, hey, there's this huge event on Egghead. I'm just going to throw 3 crazy chapters, and then we'll get back to this crazy shit. I'm not a fan of, I'm not a fan of sports manga. I never have been. I tried to read Haikyuu. I couldn't even get through the first volume of Haikyuu. It's just not interesting to me. It just doesn't scratch the itch. You know what I mean? If you like it, fine. Didn't care for it. Tekking, don't shoot this outright, but what if Kobe is a celestial dragon child? He demanded a boat and ended up as Alvida. He was probably too young as a child when it happened, which is why he can't recall it. Nah, I don't like that. Because you're basically... Wait, what? Wait, what? What was the premise of this again? Hold on a moment. Okay. He demanded a boat. No, he didn't demand a boat. He was, like, going fishing. He was like a little kid going fishing, and he just got on the wrong ship. He didn't, like, I demand a fishing vessel! And then Alvida's like, get on my boat! And like, that's not how it went down. He was just a really unlucky kid. Yeah. He wasn't that young either. He was 16 when at the start of the series. And I think he was 14 when Alvida, because I think he said it was 2 years before that. Yeah. Thank you for the 20. I appreciate it, but I don't think the timeline, I don't think any of that lines up. Let me double check. Because I think Kobe said, like, I've been working for Alvida for 2-3 years, something like that, which means he would have been working for Alvida for, like, since he was, like, 14 or something. Definitely not so young that he doesn't remember, you know, doing stuff. Yeah, Kobe's 18 right now. Yeah, Kobe accidentally ends up on as the chore boy for Alvida. That was 2 years before the story. So he was 14 when he ended up working for Alvida. Then Luffy showed up when he was 16 and he got freed, and now he's 18 right now. Yeah, so I don't think he's a celestial dragon child. Yeah. There's a spider on my wall. There's a lot of spiders crawling around in my house as of late. Spring is a very active time for them. I'll let you go do what you do, spider. Tekking, show us your set of the card game, please. Ooh, I actually just got a starter deck. So, aha. I still look for booster packs every time I'm in the store that haven't seen any. I found a starter deck, though, the other day in Walmart. The same Walmart that I found the starter deck. I found the booster packs the first time that I made the video for. Let me see. Knock these out really quick. Kind of a side tangent, but I have a theory that Pluton is the Klabautermon of the battleship, or it's still a ship. Of the battleship. Oh, like Pluton is a ship, and then Klabautermon is the Pluton weapon. Maybe. I like to think at this point that, and I talked about this with Dak, it's just like all of the ancient weapons are probably just living things at this point. Like living people, not like spirits or anything like that. Like, you know, Shirahoshi is Poseidon, like that. Hey, Tekking, could Eam have been raising the sea levels over the centuries? Very possibly. If Eam is like Mother Nature, then yes, totally. Even how Impel Down was built could have been that. I think Impel Down was built with fisherman slavery, but yeah. Shout out from Serbia. Matt, been watching all of your content on both your channels for the last 4 years. Really know how to make some laugh. Well, thank you. Love that. Do you think an object with a devil fruit can awaken? Yeah. Anybody that eats a devil fruit has the capacity to awaken. Whether they do or not is just up in the air, but they have the capacity to. Just like how any living being can unlock hockey. It just depends on if they will or not. Thoughts on the man marked by flames being a reference to a branding such as the slavery mark? I wrote that down. That's on the list. We'll be making a video about it, about the options. Brandings are just marks caused by heat or flames. Totally could be. Totally. Or it could be a Sun Pirate member. Easily. Will you do a Nuzlocke to go Gen 7? I don't know. I think my Nuzlocke days might be over, actually. I don't know. I did a lot of them. I did my Nuzlocks. I did my Nuzlocks back in the day. Although, I did just start playing Super Smash Brothers. I've always, so every time I go down my friend's place, most of my friends have Super Smash Brothers, whether it be like Melee back in the day or Ultimate right now, and I'd play the game, and I'd always immediately fall off the fucking platform and die because I have no idea how to control these characters. I've never played the game really before. So I decided to finally buckle my ass down, and I went, and I bought Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and I unlocked every single character, and I spammed the shit out of Kirby's hammer. Damn it, that's how I do Super Smash Brothers. Okay, and I have Melee as well, but I haven't unlocked anything in Melee yet. But yeah, Melee it's fun. So I have Super Smash on the N64 as well. But anyway, starter deck. We have Shanks as the leader. We got Uta. We got Bullet. We got Ainz. We got Anne. We got Karina. We got Karina. Everybody remembers Karina. Gil Tesoro, of course. Gordon. Yeah, so we got the movie deck. We got Shiki. Got Shiki's card. Yeah, so there you go. So we got Zed, Zephyr. Did you ever watch a Melee combo video? Nah. It's one of those things where it's like, there's so many people that are so professional at that game that there's no point in me even attempting to do anything in a real like capacity. Sorry for spamming, but I think you missed my dono. I can check. I'm getting a lot of these. We've been going for about an hour and 17. I'm getting kind of hungry here, so I think I'm gonna go have some dinner. Or it's 5 o'clock. Man, today went by quick. Ugh. Oh, I also have this. This is probably my most valuable card. It's Trafalgar Law. The alternate artwork for him. I also have a Japanese Aokiji that a fan sent me. And I have a super rare Zoro and then a Mihawk. But I think this one is the most valuable because that's the one everybody told me was the most valuable. You could step in Arena Smash and fight us. No, because you would all destroy me. I'm not good at this game. And if I were to win, I would guarantee that you're just anybody that's played this game for longer than a day. You're like, you let me win. It's fine. No, I don't really do that. I don't really do online stuff. Oh boy, those are laminated. Yeah, those are double laminated. I got the box for that. Don't end, I just got home. Well, sorry, Ronnie, but I'm hungry. When I'm tired, I sleep. When I'm hungry, I ate. When I was tired, I slept. When I had to go, I went. I've seen the idea that the man marked by flames doesn't have a poneglyph, but the rumor is meant to draw people seeking the One Piece and take them out. That would tie into the world government being involved, that Shiryu theorized, definitely. Burger time. I'm going to have a burger. That does sound good. I have a burger, or I have some tacos left over. I can make a taco. I could do a taco and a burger. Taco burgers. Burger tacos. You know what is disgusting that should not exist? We were at a restaurant a couple weeks ago, and I've seen this. This is like a popular thing on the menu. It's either two things, but they're the same. It's either cheeseburger pizza or a pizza burger. No. Cheeseburger does not belong on pizza. Pizza does not belong in burger form. Okay? You don't have to merge and combine everything. And yes, those things exist in case you're curious. It's like, ew, what the fuck? Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think whenever I look at the menu. But that place was really good, actually. I got a, what did I order there? I got the chicken parm. I got a chicken parm sandwich, and I got sweet potato fries, and they were really good. Oh, I have sweet potato fries upstairs. I should go throw sweet potato fries in the oven right now. Then I can have sweet potato fries with my burger. Yeah. Cheeseburger pizza isn't bad. I mean, I'm not saying it's... Okay, I'm not saying that I would, like, eat it and immediately gag. It's just like, no. It's like I'm either in the mood for pizza or a burger. I'm never in the mood for both at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm never in the mood for like, I want burger and pizza now. And I'm just like, all right, maybe you do, but yeah. Cheeseburger burrito. Stop eating smelly food. Stop eating smelly food. What does that even mean? Every only eat rice cakes. Only eat food that does not give off a scent. Well, I love onions, so that's a problem right there. I love onions. I put onions on like everything. I think it's cool that we both have April birthdays and you're 93 and I'm 03. Oh, cool. Yeah. Fun time. Good day. Good day to be born. April 24th. Not a bad day. I'm eating a pizza bagel. See, pizza bagels are fine because it's not a bagel, it's a pizza. It's basically a pizza. You know what I mean? You're just eating a small pizza at that point. What do you say about hot dog pizza? No, God, no. I love how we're just talking about food now. Ain't no way you're 30. You're right, I'm 29 right now. Gonna be 30 in about 2 days, though. Hold on, it's been a while since I checked the eBay price for this thing. Oh, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh fans, in case you're curious, the Yu-Gi-Oh card, Tyler the Great Warrior, is right now up for auction on eBay. If you don't remember, if you probably might have heard this before, Tyler the Great Warrior is a card that was created by a kid named Tyler who had, I think it was some variant of cancer. I don't think it was, no, it wasn't leukemia. It was some kind of cancer that he had when he was a kid. He was a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Got the Make-A-Wish Foundation, you know, they approached him, and he's like, what do you want? And he's like, well, I like my own Yu-Gi-Oh card. They made a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and now he is selling it. After, like, a number of years of having the card, he's decided to finally sell it. He's still alive. He survived. And he based the card off of Future Trunks also, because Future Trunks is awesome, which I love Future Trunks, so why wouldn't it be? But it's really cool. And I think right now, that card is sitting, it was like at around 150 last time I saw it. Tyler the Great Warrior. So only like 3 of these cards I think exist. Tyler had one that he's auctioning off, and I think there's like there's another one that's like the president of Konami has, and I think there's another one that's in the offices somewhere. But it's $160,000. Could Zoro beat upper ranked demons from Demon Slayer? I don't know anything about Demon Slayer, so I have no idea. Maybe somebody else answer that question. It's $160,100. If you would, 7 days left, only 7 days left. So if you would like to purchase one of the rarest Yu-Gi-Oh cards in history for your collection, only $160,200, and you could have it, provided somebody else doesn't upbid you. Zoro solos that universe. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah. I have one person saying, no, he couldn't, and then like 10 people are like, he would dominate. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Tyler, the Great Warrior. Tyler. Hold on, let me see if I can show you the image of the card here. Here we go. Yeah, here it is. Tyler, the Great... Oh, no! There we go. Tyler, the Great Warrior. $160,000. The effect is really not even... I mean, it's okay. The monster cannot be special summoned. When this card destroys a monster as a result of battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. I guess there's some applications to that. There's some applications for that, sure. Not really the kind of card you would play, though. You know what I mean? Dude, wouldn't it be crazy if this guy, whoever buys this card, because I think this card is legal. I think it is an official Yu-Gi-Oh card. I think you can use it in, you know, you could definitely use it. So wouldn't it be funny if whoever buys this immediately takes it out of the packaging and goes and uses it in the deck at, like, YCS or something? Be like, oh, God! Dude, I love this card design. Tyler knew where it was at. Tyler's got the flair, all right? Because this reeks of, like, early 2000s. Like, because this is the... I honestly, like, if I was in Tyler's situation, I would have probably designed this exact same card. We're talking about muscular Future Trunks. There's Shuriken. He's firing up an energy attack. He's got a badass sword. I mean, this is what I would have made. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. How tall am I in centimeters? Well, give me a second and I can tell you. Let's see here. Inches to centimeters. All right, hold on a moment. Calculator, suck at math. Okay, plus 6. All right, I'm like 67. I'm like 67 inches tall. That's 170 centimeters. I'm 170 centimeters. How about that? I actually added an inch there, so I'm actually a little bit okay. I'm probably closer to 167 centimeters. There you go. But yeah. Why the fuck centimeter? Because it's the metric that's used in most of the world that I think the United States should also have. It's just weird that it's like all the nations in the world, and I think there's only 3 countries that do not use metric. I think Liberia is one of them, the U.S. is one of them, and I think is it Bangladesh? There's another country that doesn't use it. Hold on. Countries that don't use metric. Yeah, it's Liberia and Myanmar. Myanmar, America, and Liberia. The UK has like a mixed because of, you know, it makes sense. But like, yeah, that's weird. That is the one thing. How are you confused by centimeters? That is the one thing that like you could not do that. You could not like, dude, like I'm picturing this now. Like let's say the president or like, and not even Biden, but like a future president came out or something and said like, we're going to try to move America to the metric system. Like it's not going to happen right away overnight. It's just that we're going to be like, over the course of the next few decades, we're going to slowly transition to metric. Like we're going to be teaching kids centimeters and millimeters and liters and stuff in school, and we're going to slowly, you know, just have that be the case. It'll be together for a while and then give it like 30, 40, 50 years, and then we'll probably be properly metric, because it's not the kind of thing you could just do overnight. Dude, there would be so much pushback from that. There'd be so much pushback. Like, I'm not fucking learning metric, you know what I mean? America! You know what I mean? There'd be so much of that bullshit. It'd be nuts. Anywho, let's do one more super chat wave. I'm going to actually turn off super chat right now just because I'm going to be ending the stream soon. Thanks to everybody that joined in. Thanks to everybody that donated. I'll be refreshing the stream here. You can no longer super chat, but feel free to send a super sticker or a super thanks if you'd like to donate. Will you live stream or record your D&D session? Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I have... Okay, so when I was doing it at my friend's house, because I even thought about filming some stuff there, but, like, you know, I don't want to... It's, like, somebody else's house, and so I don't want to, like, film and record and, like, bring all my equipment. Like, that's a lot of stuff. Now that I have my game room set up, maybe we might do that. I'm not sure. Got to go over my friends with it. They're actually coming down this weekend to play, but I'm probably not going to do that this weekend. I don't know. I'll try to figure out. I'll have to talk to them and see how they feel about that, if they feel comfortable with that. I don't know if it would be video or if it would be audio only, or if they just don't want to, you know, do it at all, because that's not the, you know. But we'll see. Could Zoro beat upper ranked demons? Like I said, I don't know. Do you think Bond from Seven Deadly Sins could be a good replacement for Green Bowls, since OG VA sadly passed away? Oh, I didn't know that. They have the same type demeanor. Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, I think Bond's VA from Seven Deadly Sins, yeah, I think Bond would have been fine for Green Bull. I think that fits pretty well. I don't have any problem with that. Yeah, that would work great. So wait, does that mean Green Bull's original VA died? Green Bull's original VA from like when he showed up at Reverie, he was oh, that guy died? I didn't know who that was. Okay, well, that sucks. Do you think Shanks' sword Griffin has a devil fruit in it? No, I think it's just a sword. You just Saijo Osmond, great sword, just amazing. Let's see. I've seen the idea that the man marked by flames doesn't have a poneglyph, but the rumor is meant to draw people. Oh, I answered that one already. It could be just a ploy just to like get people to think that person has the poneglyph, but in reality, just drawing them away. Let's see. I think you missed my dono. I'll get to that. Nuzlocke, yeah, I answered that one. I've prepared memes if Garp wins or loses. That's being pragmatic. That's being smart. Let's see. Answered that one. All right, I'm going through the ones I've forgotten here. All right. Tell us about your latest D&D character. I will tell you about that character after this, after I'm done with reading these. Okay, hold on a second. All right. Behenort. I need to find this guy's. Hold on. I don't know if I read his or not yet. Not seeing it on. Oh, there it is. Just wondering, are you aware of Alexandrix's reactions and reviews for One Piece? You know, the guy who analyzed every single aspect of Hunter x Hunter. I've never heard of this guy before. First it was Mark, then it was Murphy, and now AJ. I don't know who this person is, but if they're doing the same thing that, you know, Mark was doing with his style, because I love Mark's style of doing things. Murphy's style is great. So yeah, sure. I've never heard of that person though. How tall are you in football fields? Hold on a second. A football field is 100 feet. So, no, 100 yards. So a yard is 3 feet, roughly, I think. So I'm like 0.02 a football field, something like that. Anybody else's who's super chat? I forgot. Because now would be the time. Will you do any vlog like the GPS treasure hunt? Maybe if I go on another GPS treasure. Oh, I gotta tell you about this. Okay. All right. I don't know. All right. So one of my neighbors works in television. I have no idea what they do in television, but one of my neighbors works with TV, specifically the Travel Channel. Okay. And I was chatting with her. She was out walking her dogs and everything. I was talking to her. She's a really nice lady. And she's like, yeah, I'm pitching a show to the Travel Channel that they might be interested in. And that one, the show is going to be like crazy, weird oddities of Pennsylvania kind of thing. But then they was like, oh, maybe we could do something that's more paranormal. And so I told her, I was like, hey, if you need me to do like something, if you need me to dress up in like a cool leather jacket and get a group together with a bunch of like cool like ghost finding technology and like night vision goggles and, you know, explore an old haunted factory or something, I would do that. I would love that shit. You know what I mean? I would love to be in one of those corny paranormal shows. I would love to do that. I don't even care if they suck. I would love it. Like ghost detectives. I don't care. It's cheesy as fuck. I would love that. You know? Sorry, dude. I got you at name. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Let me know if you don't. Yes. My B for repeat if you missed your answer. How do you think Law or Kid versus an OG Admiral would go? I think they would get their asses kicked, if we're being honest here. If it's Law versus Kizaru by himself, Kizaru stomps. If it's Kid versus Akainu by himself, Kizaru stomp. Kizaru, Akainu, they stomp. Like, I don't think it would go well. Mind reading my super chat. All right, Mistle D is next. Ghost Facers from Supernatural. Yeah, those shows are so dorky and silly, but if I had the opportunity to be in like a proto pilot for something like that, like I would love it. I'd love that shit. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Mistle D. Miss the D. All right. Do you think Luffy and the crew will get a similar fate like in Sabaody, considering we have a Gorosei, an Admiral, and 2 of the Blackbeard pirates? No, I don't think it's going to happen again with the Straw Hats, just because I just think there's the time for that. I don't think there's time for the Straw Hats to get completely separated again and, you know, like Sabaody, like not like that. But maybe there could be a moment where no, because they're already a Yonko fleet. It would be so weird at this point in the story if the Straw Hats were like decimated as a Yonko fleet and they lose that status and then they have to get it back again. No, I don't think it's going to happen like that. No. Worst case scenario for the Straw Hats, they're going to have to just abandon Vegapunk and leave the island. Or maybe the main Stella body and leave the island. Maybe some of the Vegapunks, like maybe Edison will travel with them or whatever, but they're not, the main body will be gone. That's worst case scenario. I don't think any of the Straw Hats are going to die. Any of the Straw Hats are going to like get killed or be defeated there or anything like that. Yeah. Check supers. I gotta, which super's next? You missed the only super chat that I wrote that wasn't cringy. All right, Alex. Well, we'll find the one that isn't cringy. I'm not great at determining the difference. Here we go. Will Luffy go out of his way to claim Fishman Island as his territory? Seems like an awfully long trip. Given Luffy's personality, I guarantee there is no question if Fishman Island was in danger and Luffy found out about this and they reached out to him and they asked for his direct assistance, Luffy would drop what he was doing and he would go help out Fishman Island. It was the same thing, like he was willing to go all the way back to Alabasta to rescue Vivi, even though Vivi wasn't even there. Luffy was willing to do that for his friend, and he's willing to do that for anybody. He would be willing to put his adventure on the back burner and on pause if he could go back and he could save his friends. Yeah, that would be the case. Why can't I gift memberships? It says I'm a member, though. Don't know about that. That might be a setting I haven't turned on. Hold on, let me check. Oh, let's see. Membership settings. Oh, dear. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, wait, no, that's not that. That's something else. God, I need to work on my store a bit. I haven't really added anything new to the Teching 101 store. We need to come up with another idea. I had an idea for a while where I was going to release like a Christmas version of Barry. Maybe I could do a Halloween version of Barry. And I also had an idea for like enamel pins. I bought a house and then I just kind of got distracted from it. Need to figure out some other. What was like a cool Teching 101 jacket to wear, like a hoodie or something. I don't know. I got to figure that out. Super chat. All right. Let's go back to that. Let's see. Super chats. Hold on. Keishan. That's it. All right, I'll look that person up now. You missed my super chat. All right. Click. High-teching with the huge bounties on some pirates. I was thinking of a vid idea. Who are the strongest characters that aren't part of any faction? Yeah, I could make a video about that. I think that's fertile ground for something. Yeah, because you got characters like Rayleigh, who's not part of any. He's a former member of the Roger Pirates, but the Roger Pirates don't exist anymore. So like Rayleigh, Shocky, you know, those characters. I'd have to sit down and think about the other ones, like the strongest that are not part of any faction. Yeah, that'd be cool. The sports jacket idea, that was cool. It was super popular. Yeah, sports jacket. I don't even know. I went through Teespring, which I think is just now Spring. So I'd have to go in through. Maybe I have to go through somebody else. I don't know. We'll see. I want a jacket that looks like Tekking's One Piece jacket. I want a jacket that looks like. So I bought this from a guy at Tekko, and they also made actually a JoJo jacket too, which was really dope. I don't know if I could make the same design, but maybe I could make something. I don't know. Something that has like maybe instead of the One Piece, because this is kind of copyrighted here. You know what I mean? This is kind of a thing. But maybe I could get one that has like my Tekking 101 like logo. You know, like this thing. Get this on the back of it. Something like that. I could do that. All right. Any other super chats that I missed? Probably. Varsity jacket. That would be cool. That would be cool. Please make more berries. Are there online Yu-Gi-Oh! Leagues that make open progression? I don't know. I haven't looked into any of that. I really don't focus too much on Yu-Gi-Oh! Except when me and Briggs play every Tuesday. Although I did make a deck that's so trolly this week. So this week on progression, I'm going to be busting out some troll decks. Should I be able to gift members now? I don't think. I mean, I didn't change any setting. I didn't touch. I couldn't find anything. I don't know. Hold on. Let me Google it. I'm just going to Google this really quick. To allow gift subs on YouTube. Let's see if there's a setting here I have to do. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Hold on. It might be. Let me go to video panel really quick. Hold on. Let me mess around with a setting really quick. Might with settings. That's not it. No, not that. Uh, insert music here. Now it's time to beg for membership. I'm trying to figure out where I would even turn that on at. All right, hold on. Go to an eligible live stream or premiere. Within the live chat, select Allow Gifts or select the pinned membership gifting. Ah, here we go. There is a switch. There is a switch to turn on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh no, that's just wait. I think this is for you guys getting it. I'm trying to see if I can turn it on. All right. Opt in through a channel or watch page. Go to an eligible channels page. Click join, click more. Okay, so try this. Click join. Like, I know you're already a member, but click join anyway, and it should give you a sub menu. And then it says gift settings, or maybe that's for me. I will try that on my end, and I will also try that on your end. Okay. That's not right. I don't even know where the join menu is. Where's the join button at? Oh, yeah, okay. No, that's not right. God. That's not right either. Where the fuck's the join button? Is there a join button? I don't have it. Should be under the super chat. Yeah. Should be under super chat. On my end, let me check. We're going to get to the bottom of this. No, it's not under that setting. Just says see perks now. No join because already member. Weird. Weird. Viewers must opt in to be eligible for gift memberships. Oh, here we go. Nope, I do. I'm good on that front. I'm just going through the things. Yeah, if I press join. Okay, that's not it then. All right. Ah, come on, man. Turn on gift memberships. YouTube. It's like viewers must opt in to be eligible for gift memberships. Like, well, that doesn't make sense. Why would you have to opt in? I should be the one to have to turn it on. Within the live chat, select Allow Gifts. I don't see the Allow Gifts button. Allow Gifts. Oh, wait. Is it up here? No. 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 YouTube is so bad in this compared to Switch. Yeah, I know, right? Is Tekken going to turn us on? I'm trying. No, that's moderation activity. There we go. How do you know if a channel is eligible? I think if you have a brand account, you're eligible, and I do. So, should be good. There's a page for it. Okay. Let's try this. All right, there's no button. Okay, the way that this should work is you click on the super chat button and it should just say membership gifting. That should be what comes up. If that's not coming up, then I might have to go back and figure this out on my own and figure out how to turn this on. Membership and allow gift settings. Yeah. It's on our end. Yeah, because I'm not seeing a button that I have to toggle to allow it on. Oh, right, because I turned off Super Chat. That might, yeah. Okay, well, let me turn on Super Chat really quick. Okay, it's turned on. Go ahead and refresh your stream and try it again. If it doesn't work, I'm going to look into it. I can talk to my YouTube guy and see, like, how I have to, if I have to do anything or if you have to do anything. I'll figure it out for next time. But yeah, I'm not a Twitch guy, so I don't really do the membership, like, gifting. I'm not an expert in that. Not an expert. But let's see if this works. Refreshing. Go back to this. Whoop. Aren't you banned from Twitch? Yeah, I tried to play Yandere Simulator like 8 years ago, and I got banned from Twitch, yeah. I tried to get it back a while ago, and Twitch's like its help desk thing is like all automated shit, and it was like oh, what was it? It was something like I don't know, like I tried to send an email and I told them the problem, and they just sent me back like a forum email. You know? Oh, I remember what it was. Like, yeah, everyone is quiet how he got banned. Just for playing it. Oh, I didn't even play it. I just had the opening start screen, and then I immediately got banned. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go make a burger and sweet potato fries. Oh, that sounds good. I like sweet potato fries. How's my uncle's book selling? He sold a copy the other day, actually. I mean, I don't really care about the Twitch thing. I really don't mind. It's like whatever. I haven't used Twitch in like 10 years for like my main focus. I did it for like 2014, 15 for a little while, but like I don't really give a shit otherwise. But yeah, my uncle's book is selling. People are buying it. Yeah. I sent you a tweet for a video. I'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out later. Not gift membership. Can you do the same thing you did, but for that? I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat. All right. I'll figure it out later next time. Thanks for everybody showing up and watching. Fun times. Thanks for that and all the super chats and whatnot. I'm going to go eat. Everybody have a good night. Later. Have a good one.